Buying a home is a big deal, and saying the wrong things to your real estate agent can make the process even harder or hurt your negotiating power. Here are 8 things you should never say to your agent. I'm not really serious. I just want to see the house. We hear that from time to time, and people see homes online and they want to go see the house. They don't necessarily want to buy the house, or they've been thinking about buying a house, but they haven't done all the work. When someone says, I'm not really serious, I just want to see the house, that's not a great start to a conversation. The next thing they say, I don't want to work with just one agent. Real estate agents get paid when the deal closes. When we work with somebody and we show people properties, we know that they're going to actually buy a house with us. You really want to spend time developing that relationship with the agent. It's important to have a good relationship with one agent, and we'll talk about that later in this video. Having one agent to work with, that's the key to your success. I don't want to pay full price for anything. I understand that, but sometimes we have to pay full price, and in a competitive market, you might be asked to pay more than full price. If you don't want to pay full price, you may not get the home because somebody else might be willing to pay full price or more. This is my dream home. I'll do whatever it takes to get it. We want to make sure that you're buying the right home. A good real estate agent will help you and protect you. We don't want to offer too much money. We want to offer just enough to get the deal done, but we don't want to go crazy high. There's some other built-in protections like an appraisal that will help protect you. The last thing we want is for you to have buyer remorse a month later, a day later, or a year later. We don't want that to happen. The relationship you have with your agent is very important. You can talk with your agent. You can share your financial information. We're not running your credit score. That's what a lender will do. It's good to know that you have a 620 or an 800, because if you're on the lower scale, it may not really be 620. Sometimes those credit applications that we use, they're not accurate. The only one that's going to give you a good estimate on what your credit score is one of those free credit reports, or when you run your credit with a lender. Your spending ceiling, I want to know what that is because I want to make sure that I'm showing you the right homes. And if you tell me that you're pre-approved for 350, but you only want to go to 300, we can shop in that 300 market. Some agents will show you homes that are higher, closer to 350. You're the one that's in charge, so you set your limits. It's important to know what they are so that we can work together. We're a team. Your pressure situations, like your lease is up, or you're in the middle of a divorce, or you have some deadline that you have to be in place by a certain time. It's important for me to know because I want to help you. I can facilitate that. If we're in a hurry, then I'll be in a hurry and I'll be more aggressive. If we're not in a hurry, then we're not going to push. I'm not here to put any more pressure on you. This process is hard enough. I'm here to make it easy for you. That's the big part about this. A relationship is important, and you can share these things with me because I'm a fiduciary working for you. It's very important to share this information with someone that you trust that's going to help you get what you want. Back to our list. There's one thing that I don't want to hear is that I don't need an inspection. Unless you're a home inspector, you need a home inspection. Home inspections are the most important part because it's like checking under the hood of your engine. You want to make sure you know what you're buying. And if you're handy, that's one thing. If you're a contractor, that's another. You know what you're getting into. Those guys, maybe they don't need a home inspection, but they're still going to look at it and make sure that it's what they want. They're going to go in the attic. They're going to go in the basement or the crawl space. It's important to know what you're buying. That's what a home inspection does for you. Here's one thing that we love is, let's make an offer, but I don't want to bother with a pre-approval. My friend, if you don't have a pre-approval, then nobody's going to take you seriously. I can't send an offer to a seller or the seller's agent without that pre-approval because they want to know that you have the money and the ability to complete the transaction. If you have cash, that's great. We're going to send a proof of funds instead of a pre-approval. A proof of funds, just so everybody knows, is a letter from the bank that says you have enough money to complete the transaction. It doesn't have to be a specific bank account. It doesn't have to have the bank account numbers on it. It should be in a letter format. It could be a bank account statement. We can cross out the account numbers for your security, but it should be a bank letter that says, Mr. Jones has sufficient funds to complete this transaction. That's all you need. I once had somebody that said, hey, I work in cash for gold business, not checks for gold. So I said, well, what do you have? Your money's not in a bank account? He says, no. I said, what do you want me to do? Take a picture of a pile of money? I mean, we have to have a bank account. We're not buying a $400,000 house in cash. There's rules against that for all the right reasons. If that's you, we need to have a talk. One of the things we hear from time to time is, well, Zillow says this house is worth this. Zillow's not buying the house, you are. How badly do you want the house? And it depends on what kind of market are we in. Do we have to fight off 2 or 3 different buyers? We may have to pay a little bit more. We may pay a little bit less. Zillow doesn't know everything. That's why you have a local professional real estate agent who's in tune with the market and knows what's happening and knows what values are. I'll think about it. This is a line that we hear quite often, and honestly, that just means you're not that interested. When you say, I'll think about it, I know that you don't really want the house. When someone says to me, I'll think about it, my instant answer to them is, well, gosh, if this home wasn't here tomorrow, would you be sad? And when they look at me and they go, no, then I know it's not the right house. This is a bonus. Here's a question I get all the time. What would you do? Well, my friend, that's a very tough question. I'm a very different person. We don't necessarily come from the same background. We don't have the same experiences, and we may not be in the same phase of life. I have a different perspective than most of the people that we work with. What I may do may not have any bearing on what you would do. It's a very difficult question, and the answer is always the same. I'm not you. I don't look at things the same way because I'm in this business every day. But I can give you some great advice about what you might want to consider. My job is to give you options. You give me decisions. Bottom line, keep your agent in the loop. Agents are an important part of your buying process, and you want to maintain a good relationship. Be mindful of what you share. The right words can help you land the perfect home without sabotaging the deal. I'm James Tiernan from the Tiernan Group at Keller Williams North Shore West, your guide to real estate.